there are reports going around that Disney Plus is planning on doing a She-Hulk season 2. And if true, and that's a big if, but if true, I'm here to tell you why that's a great thing, guys. It's a great thing, not just a good thing. Now, let's set some context here a little bit, shall we? Of course, Disney Plus came out and announced that they were doing a She-Hulk show, which got a lot of people very excited, right? Like, there have been a lot of comic book hardcore fans that have been wanting a long time to see She-Hulk on the big screen. Then they went out and got an award-winning, great, good Canadian kid, Tatiana Maslany, to come in and play, which everybody loves her. So I thought that was a great bit of casting. And then they said it was going to be like an Ally McBeal style Law show, which, like, to me was perfect in every way. They set it up great, guys. Set it up great, poised for success. And you know what? The first episode was great. I really liked the first episode. I even kind of liked the second episode. And then that show went to crap. Absolute total dog poop, ladies and gentlemen. It was terrible, but it wasn't terrible because of the way a lot of different people talk about it. The reason it was terrible is because it's a comedy. And as a comedy, they broke the only sin you cannot commit as a comedy. You can do everything wrong in a comedy. You can have shallow characters. You can have not a good plot line. You can have bad visual effects. I mean, you can do everything wrong in a comedy. Doesn't matter. But the one thing you can't get wrong is the comedy. You better be funny. And She-Hulk was abysmal when it came to the humor department. It just was not a funny show. And when you're trying to be a comedy, and it's obvious you're trying to be a comedy, and you ain't funny, nothing else matters. And this show actually became laborious to watch. Like, it actually felt like I had to put an effort to watch this show because it's cringy seeing something on screen, thinking it's funny, trying to be funny, but it just ain't funny. Now, listen, the problem is not jokes, right? I mean, the problem was the jokes weren't funny, but the problem isn't jokes in and of itself. You get a lot of people today saying, Marvel, they got to stop trying to do humor. They can't do, no, I don't want to see jokes in my comic book movie. Shut up. That's not true at all. Have you heard one person say, guys, I'm asking you, have you heard one person say, well, you know, that's okay that they're doing Deadpool 3, but there better not be a lot of jokes in it. Has anybody heard anybody say that? No, of course not. Deadpool and Deadpool 2 are packed from start to finish with jokes. The difference is they're funny. They make us laugh. They give us that great positive experience. The reality is there wasn't much more humor in Thor: Love and Thunder than there was in Thor: Ragnarok. But the reason those two movies are day and night from each other is because the humor in Thor: Ragnarok was actually funny. Whereas the humor in Thor: Love and Thunder, some of it worked, but a lot of it we just got into the over silly and the nonsensical rather than the pretty sharp, absurd kind of humor that they had in Ragnarok when they did it. The problem is not jokes. The problem is bad jokes. But let me give credit where credit is due. I honestly don't know if any moment in all of the MCU ever made me laugh as hard as Daredevil doing the walk of shame. I honestly, and I'm not being facetious here. I honestly don't know that anything ever in an MCU movie made me laugh to the point that I almost passed out as seeing Matt Murdock literally carrying his shoes and everything, doing the walk of shame, the one truly big bright spot of humor in a big abysmal sea of failure that show's humor was. Well then, John, if you're saying that this show was such a failure because it was completely unfunny and they did you, why on earth did you say at the beginning that the idea of them doing a She-Hulk season 2 is a good thing? I'll tell you why. It's a good thing because all those things of promise we all felt that a She-Hulk show had, all that potential that all of us thought that a She-Hulk MCU project had going for it is still there. All that promise is still there. I love Tatiana Maslany as the character. I mean, look, the show was a complete abysmal failure because it was a comedy that wasn't funny. But there were things in it that worked. Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk, I actually like the character. I really did like, although they used it far too little, the dynamic between her and her cousin Bruce. And don't even get me started on Hawaiian shirt family picnic Bruce that shows up at the end with Bowl Cut Boy. Don't even get me going on that. But the point is, the concept of the She-Hulk character, with a cast like the one that you have, and even in the midst of it being an abysmal failure, Tatiana Maslany kind of shining. All you got to do, I make it sound simple, it's not. It's really hard. But all you got to do, sweep out that writer's room. Bring in writers that actually know comedy and actually know how to write good. You know what? I'll go one step further. Television comedy, who have some experience writing good television comedy. Because I'll tell you what, if the show is funny, nothing else matters. If we watch and we laugh and we chuckle and we smile and we have a good time, almost nothing else matters. You throw in a passable storyline and a passable plot, then you've got a winner of a show on your hands. But you do what She-Hulk season 1 did, and just flop after flop of jokes that hardly any of them worked, then it doesn't matter if you have Thanos, and if you have Killmonger, and if you have the High Evolutionary. Hell, bring in Darkseid if you want. A little bit of a crossover there. Doesn't matter if you have all the greatest villains and all the greatest plot. If you're a comedy and it's not funny, it won't work. She-Hulk season 1 proves that, but it is the big open door opportunity for a season 2. And as much as I dislike She-Hulk season 1, count me in as somebody who I'd be actually really damn into seeing them take another swing at it and hopefully do it a lot better. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, DraftKings. College football fans, are you ready for week 1? DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking you up with a can't-miss offer to start the season strong. This week, new customers can bet just $5 on college football and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Anything can happen in college football. Your team could go from unranked to dynasty mode in just a couple of years because change comes fast. The only thing that's a lock is the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code Campea. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on college football. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Campea. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Do you believe the reports going around, the headlines saying that She-Hulk season 2 is planned at Marvel Studios? Even if it's not true, I like the idea of it. I personally think it is true because I have a feeling when they signed up Tatiana Maslany, they probably made certain commitments to do multiple seasons, but I don't know. And if they do another season, do you like the idea of them doing another season, or did season 1 kill you so much you don't even want to give it a second chance? Or maybe you're one of the people that really did enjoy She-Hulk. Hey, all art is subjective. If you liked it, that's awesome. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.